anime begins with Prince Lloyd, a weak magician, being killed in front of everyone because his magic is the weakest. But he is reincarnated and becomes a god. The anime begins with our hero, who is suffering a lot in front of some nobles, who laugh at his situation. The noble in question says he will give him a gift, telling him to cast a spell before his death, but the spell he casts is ridiculously weak and slow, not causing the slightest damage to the noble, so that Royal Goon fires his spell to burn the boy to death. But instead of feeling despair and anger, our hero was enjoying the torment because he always desired to have this type of power. But with such a heavy wish, he perished into the air and then woke up in another world. He sees lots of girls, but Bro felt threatened and thought he should defend himself and made a spectacular show of overpower. He was born as the 7th prince of the Solemn Kingdom, Prince Lloyd, so the whole capital celebrated, while the maids in charge of him felt their lives flashing before their eyes. A few years passed and Lloyd grew up. The kingdom was peaceful and prosperous, but the maids were having a hard time finding their little troublemaker. He looks like a girl, but Lloyd told the old man to stay silent and pretend they never saw him. The old man wanted to take Lloyd hunting, but he had already slipped out of there. One of them asked if it was important to gain connection with the youngest, who has the smallest chance of getting the crown, but the old man told his underling that Lloyd is a magic prodigy who started learning spells right after his birth and even refused to get nursing from his mother. Like a true gentleman, he even blasted fire. When he was born, they thought Lloyd was the father of sorcery, but in reality, he was just a commoner who was reborn as the 7th prince. He has his memories from his previous life, so he hunts to gain knowledge about magic. But just as he picked his poison, his maid Wufu found him and took his book. She's Silpha, and she's not just a caretaker, but also a teacher for Lloyd. She teaches the guy swordsmanship, and even as a kid, Lloyd was keeping up with her. He thought it was useless since he's not in the run for succession. But as royalty, Silpha told him it's his duty as a royal to be good with a sword as well. So Lloyd thought of showing off to get out of her lessons with precision. He defended against Silpha with the same move that made her happy. But Lloyd knew SFA was holding back quite a bit more. So Lloyd was using control-type magic to direct the same attack she threw at him, which means cheating. But Sva's swordsmanship was truly splendid, and he could copy her moves. But he couldn't copy a grown-up body's advantages, so he decided to try something to cheat. He grew the sword size, made his arm stronger, and finally levitated himself for height. He jumped in again and started matching up to her, both rounded out equally, and Lloyd knew if Silpha fought her mirror image, just a bit of an improvised attack would be enough to catch her. But Silpha knew all along that he was cheating and beat him with a smooth killer move down to the ground. She knew Lloyd used magic to fill in the gap, which made her even happier this set as she noticed Lloyd used his spells, at once a difficult task, even for court mages, so Lloyd decided not to tell her that he was using for spells in total. Then she took Lloyd over to the bath to keep an eye on him, but our hero felt like he was in a harem and felt shy when he saw all the haughty Silpha wanted to keep him close, or else Lloyd would run out to the library again. Then 2 of their maids came in to tell him about the Forbidden Library, where a long time ago a demon was sealed in a book named Grimoire. Silpha knew that book was sealed in an underground castle as per rumors, so she thought it was all a lie. Silpha thought Lloyd wouldn't get scared from such fairy tales, but they saw Lloyd trembling and all the maids got excited to see his cute side. A maid invited Lloyd to sleep with her if he was scared, and that sparked a cat fight to get Lloyd. But the boy was actually excited about Forbidden's magic and slipped out of there that night. He saw the underground way and used invisible magic to pass through the guards. Apparently, the door was sealed by the 10 most powerful mages, but Lloyd broke the seal like it was child's play for him. He saw his heaven in front of him and dived into the books of magic. The book demon just woke up to intimidate Lloyd. Thinking he was a kid, he tried to lure Lloyd to unseal him, and in return he promised to give out gold. But Lloyd saw through his empty promises that the gold was of such low quality. Besides, Lloyd planned to replace the seal and never planned to release him in the first place, so the demon threw an ancient magic knowledge as well now that is called the perfect bribe for a magic junkie, and Lloyd unsealed the demon with the magic key. After coming out of the book, the demon attacked Lloyd instantly to get rid of the nuisance, but the kid had already made a barrier. The demon Grimoire tried to attack him again and threw fire at him one after another, but it had no effect at all. Lloyd had analyzed the properties of that magic and tried it out. It burned down his finger, and even though it was painful, it made him excited to try out more magic. The demon made a double head to double his power. He synchronized his 2 spells at once with many formulas and the flow of mana. He got excited and wanted to learn more magic from him. Grimoire tried to run out But the barrier had already deployed because they were under the royal castle. Grimoire was trapped, and Lloyd created many other barriers and cast a complete annihilation spell that took care of the demon, but he survived somehow. Lloyd first restored the whole underground library in a flash. Gar survived because demons can't die by magic, so Lloyd was curious. This Squire knew he had the power of a god, so he pledged his loyalty to Lloyd. But his appearance was a problem. Grimoire changed into a cute little goat to charm Lloyd, and Lloyd told Grimoire to stick close to him. While doing so, he felt the bottomless pit of mana Lloyd possessed, so messing with him was out of the question. And that's how episode 1 ends. But stay tuned to watch more of the episodes. Until then, like the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more newly released anime episode recaps.